Hey, you guys. Hey, everybody on Facebook. Happy Monday. Boy, we had a great day today. Today is still my birthday. I had a great time. Great time what? Taking care of business. Yeah, shout out to everyone and thank you for all the birthday wishes and stuff, but it's still not over. I have until 12 o'clock, but most of the day it was all about work, It was all about work, and I thank God for my new job and all those wonderful things that He has in store down the road with this wonderful facility. And I thank God I had to go get a PPD done today. And also I had to make sure my schedule is right and finish some homework. Homework is important, so I still got another assignment to catch up on and make sure that it's submitted by tomorrow. So that's how I spent my birthday, trying to get situated and making sure that this is going to be like the rest of my orientation week. But I'm so grateful because you do get paid for orientation, and I like that, but most of all, it's not about the pay. It's about being an advocate and doing a good job as a charge nurse. And I'm so grateful for that, being able to go back, and God giving me the strength and the opportunity to go back as well as finish schooling. And, on the 13th of August is, the 13th of March this month is my last 8th week of billing and coding, and then I'll be going for my state boards for that, and I'm so grateful for that. State boards is really important, but the most important thing, you got to come up with the money to take your state boards, and even with the nursing boards, you have to come up with money to go sit at the board of nursing. I remember those days. But now I'm going for a big certification, and I'm so grateful for that, and God making opportunity for me to be able to get through the class as well as, pay for my state board tests to get my certification for licensing, for certification for medical billing and coding. I'm so grateful for that because I'm learning. I learned so much with medical billing and coding, and with the AMA and all the wonderful nursing departments that do billing and coding, and hospitals and all those wonderful things, emergency room billing and home health medical billing, and Medicare and Medicaid billing and coding, and all those wonderful entities that you can work in to have that certification. And even at the facility that I'm at now, I can be an asset to that department. But one thing is, I'm sharing these things to encourage the young people to stay in school. And shout out to my daughter. I'm so grateful for her completing in a program for her doctoral degree. And we're still trying to get that settled with her car issue from yesterday. So the officer still had to reach out to her because you need a court order to get that footage. And so we're staying on it. We're not giving up. We're going to make sure that she get the court order, and I'm with her on that. Even if you have to go to court or whatever, I'm gonna get back to that. But we'll get back to that because it's more that people need to know, and you have to follow through. Sometimes you have to stop what you're doing and go through, and then make sure documentation is very important because. When stuff becomes civil or on that type of level, then you need to, if you have to go represent yourself, then you have everything in documentation and throw nothing away. I went through that several times, and just the confidentiality of not speaking about it, is important too, because but because it was settled, and I didn't have to speak about it. But even through this summer, I had to stop what I was doing to represent myself in court, and God knows I made it through it, So, and it got settled. But what's important is, staying in school and trying to get ahead and don't give up, And I'm so grateful to be able to get that medical billing and coding, because even with the job that I have now, I could be an asset to the facility that I'm at with billing and coding. One big thing is I'll be working with patients as a charge nurse that's on the life machines. And so when I first got out of nursing, I worked in Philadelphia at St. Joseph Hospital and some Methodist hospital. And there was a center that I worked at also with on a vent unit, and people that were detoxing and recovery from and needed to be on methadone treatment. So I used to do that back in the day. So it brings my mind back to those days, and I can't wait till all this is over, like maybe around after the summer and stuff. Well, I'm going to open up with a great talk show that we can discuss those things, because it's very important, and being able to go in, learn, and share the knowledge and study and research. I'm pretty good at that, and I know that I can be an asset to the company with that, especially with people on life machines. I used to work in that, and sometimes people say, oh, I don't want to do the suctioning and the machines and stuff. But when you have a great respiratory therapist that be with you all the time, and a lot of that work is cut down, but you still have to work with them in a system and stuff like that. Is you feel a lot safer because you're collaborating with different departments, and you working as a team, to make sure the patient is comfortable, and being a good advocate for that individual that can't even talk or on the life machine. And nobody said they can't hear. Yeah, so you got to watch what you say around people that's on life machines, because when they do get off, and sometimes they do get off of life machines, they'll tell you everything you said about them when they were on that machine. And so I remember all those things. So, I'm preparing myself for that, because it's wonderful to go in working in that department as a charge nurse, and still being able to get some more knowledge and up-to-date stuff that's going on. And further, but the most important thing is to know that, God ain't finished with you yet, and continue with better health and better nutrition. And exercise is very important, and I'm so grateful that I didn't give up on that. Working very closely with my doctors. There's some other things that I'll be working with, and shout out to Atlantic Care and Penn Medicine and all those wonderful doctors that's giving me stuff that I wasn't aware of myself. And those some of the things I'm going to share with you later. And God is still doing a good transformation, not only for me, but my family, because some things I'm handling and some things I got to get prepared for. God gave me this job, and I always told you guys, even through the summer, that, I would never want nobody to work on me and can't pay. And I didn't want to go back to work and couldn't pay. I wasn't looking at it that way then, and never thought this was going to happen, where I was going to have my mind made up to say, hey, I don't care what happened. I love my job and I want to go back to work. But the big thing is, I'm going to share that one day with you. It just ain't the proper time now because of confidentiality. But once things in the ball gets to rolling and you'll be able to see from your own eyes, then I'll be able to talk about it. You'll be able to see it within me. And I'll be able to talk about some of the achievements that not with if it wasn't for God, because God is the one that did that. It's the way that He did this with this position. And I had 3 jobs that I could have chose from that paid the same salary came at one time doing this procedure here. Nobody knows but the Lord. And I was able to decide and pick which one I wanted to go to. And I chose the one that I'm in now. And I have to tell you that one day, the reason why I told you. And I hope all the children in the high schools at Atlantic City High School and Mercer County Community College and all the colleges around here, hearing that it's so important to stay in school. And we're looking forward to doing big things, even with the Healing House. I'm looking on the side on how to manage both ends, and God is making a way. Also, even with my husband starting back in school, how encouraging. A 70-year-old man going back to school. And we called and got that straightened out today here at Atlantic Cape Community. I'm so proud of him. I'm telling you, that, if he just, boy, it's nothing but God, making a way. He never thought he would be in school and can walk in the way he have to walk in and not worried about his fees at the school, his tuition being paid, because it's all paid in full. He don't have to pay a thing and don't even have to take a grant out for it. There's a program in here in New Jersey that it's called the SAGE program, and it's somewhere down there on that board. I held it, all the information, and you call the colleges for adults that's over a certain age, like in their seniors, that want to go back to school and don't have to pay for it. They have that here in New Jersey in different colleges. At Thomas Edison and Trenton have it. And I saw some other colleges on the board that offer the SAGE program, not just Atlantic Cape Community College. So you reach out, you ask about the SAGE program. They all are accredited courses. And if you want to finish your career and never went back to school at that age, it's paid in full. You don't have to even get no loans or no financial aid. When you get financial aid, there comes a liability with that. And so it may look like quick money that, hey, I'm going to get my financial aid. I'll be able to pay for my courses at this amount. But then I do got a check coming back. And that check is for my books or whatever. And I still have money left over for living expenses and food and books. And, you look at those things and then you look around, you might have to take a loan out and all that. But when you don't pass your course, there's a mark come on you where you can't even sign up for courses next year if you didn't next term, if you didn't withdraw from it the proper way. So that money will hold you up. So, but when you don't take on all that obligation, and God makes a way that all your courses, send me to help me. I got a grant for this program that I'm doing now, but if there's any other grants that I can think of that, while I'm looking, because I'm definitely going back for my master's degree. And if I can finish even with my doctoral, I'm going to keep going. I thank God for my daughter and inspiring me with that. She inspired me, and I'm going back to school and finish all my degrees. I'm not going to give up. I'm telling you, I'm going to finish and get my doctoral degree and my nursing career. And so, you're never too old to learn. You go back to school, and school is a big priority. Shout out to Stockton University. We have a scholarship going on over there, and that's what the Healing House is about. The Healing House Life Center Church, a nonprofit corporation, is about scholarships and feeding the community. There's food around here that is very high, and people are still in need to be able to eat. eat and survive in their home because they have children. I just came out of store and a man was just buying bread and bologna, and I knew it wasn't just for him because it was the amount that was on the table. And it was snowing a few minutes when I came in, and I said, wow, he probably had to hurry up and get home and feed his children as well and give them sandwiches. So it's very important. So you have to stretch that money just to feed big families, and the little time while we was here, we had to eat certain things to still stay healthy, and now God opened a door where nobody is splurging, but you can eat better foods, when you. God opens the door financially for you like that. But when you finish your education and you can eat better and you can have monies that you can get every 2 weeks or every week to pay for your children or pay for your schooling, it's very important. It's a blessing from God. I advise everybody to stay in school. Don't give up. They have scholarships. Like I said, that's what we do. And we're looking forward to starting the scholarship this year at Stockton University. Even if we don't get enough time in, we working on it so this monies can be spread across, making sure that Mercer County Community College, and if you want to give, click the link up there. You can help us give right now, $5, $10. It doesn't come to me. There's a link right here on the Facebook platform, and you can donate to Mercer County Community College to help us. This money need to be in by September the 1st. And then we're also starting a scholarship this year for Stockton University. So I'm trying to spread that around. And what do? We run a farmer's market at low price foods to be able to be able to raise a little bit of money to help someone here in Atlantic City to attend Stockton University. And so that's what we'll be doing this year. Also, we have food drives. And so food drives are coming up, and those 2 food drives is when people could be able to shop for free and not being concerned about, hey, I do got to pay this $1 for this bag. So I'm going to have some food drives too, just to be able to give back in the community and help feed the residents here in Atlantic City. So stay tuned for those food drives. You'll see it on my food drive page, and you could also see it on Instagram. Just stay tuned because I'll be hanging it up soon. Sometimes you have to take your time so you can get your schedule right and know what days and how you're going to operate that thing. And shout out to the CRDA because I got to get stuff lined up with them as well for some sponsorships and what is needed to help people in this community. It's something when somebody has to break in your car and trying to do illegal things, which is unnecessary. What are you doing it for? So you got to, and it sure ain't for food. I had to switch over to that. It sure ain't for food. So you have to deal with those things and stop what you're doing, keeping your mind on your business to how you're going to help people and give back. Instead, you're stopping trying to fight and go to court and do other things, and so, but we're not going to give up on that. I'm working very closely with my daughter to make sure that the officer come back and get that footage. He do need a court order to get that, and I've been bugging her all day to see if he had gave her a call back for that issue. If not, we would definitely be on that tomorrow. I do thank you for tuning in. It sounds like a lot, but only God could give you the strength and ability to achieve those things. And I'm so grateful that I was able to live to see my 62nd birthday and still be in the shape that I'm in to celebrate it. So I wanted to show y'all about my new sewing that here. This is a new sewing I got for my birthday, and it's all sewed in a quick weave, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, I tied it down, that's why I look so flat. But I got that done for my birthday, and you know, to take me a little bit for me to wear it to work and stuff like that. So I'm really enjoyed it today. Today was a snow day, so I couldn't really style it or flat iron it or however, because it is human hair. I like it. It's very curly, so thank you for those that are saying, oh, I like it. And so anyway, what else I can say about it? Nothing else. I'm just excited. I really like I told you, I really like my hair. I haven't had a sew-in in years. And so thank you for tuning in and letting me share all these wonderful things that's going on, and you keep me in prayer and keep my family in prayer, and I look forward to talking to you after the birthday. Keep me in prayer for all this week, because great things is happening here in this house and in the healing house. God bless you.